You need to know if you're going to be installing it in the H shape or an L shape, which will be like this. And the way to judge that is if the CD player is on the top of the screen, you'll be using L shape in this way, and if the screen is on the bottom, if the CD player is on the bottom of the screen, for example in a Mondeo or an Explorer Edge, it will use the H shape, which will be like this. Now firstly, you'll be needing to prepare this part so that you can use it onto this car. If you're going to be using an L shape, we have a L bracket which will fit onto this part in this way, and we have 3 screws. We have 4 screws, 3 screws which will fit on this and this side. After you're done with that, you're ready to go. For the L shape, you will remove this. You won't be using this bracket, you'll be using another bracket, and in that case you'll have to open this ribbon cable up in this way, switch the side and insert it in this way back. In this way you'll be getting an L shape so that you can easily install the L, because the L shape has a different size of screws, so you don't get it mixed up. You'll use the same set of screws. Now back to installation. Firstly, we'll be removing the top panel. We'll remove the top panel starting using a pry tool. I've already loosened this up. Remove the top panel from this edge and this edge, which will let you lift this off, and there's a cable connected underneath. Make sure you don't damage it. Remove the cable and you can easily lift it off and store it in a safe place. Secondly, you'll have the main Sony control panel. You'll remove it from this edge and this edge to make it loose, and it will also come off. And also be careful that there's a cable underneath which you can carefully remove, and you can remove this part. After you remove it, there will be 4 screws holding the screen in place. Over here. You remove these screws and you'll have the screen, which you can easily plug out. As you can see, I've already installed our Ford solution on this car. Be careful not to damage it. As you can see on the bottom, originally this part and this part were together. This is the sync brain and this is the main screen. You have the main plug and the lvds. Plug these out and you'll have the screen, which can come this way, and you have the screen. After you remove the screen, using the interface panel, you'll need to remove these 4 screws and use our bracket in the middle. After you place the bracket in the middle, we have 4 screws, small screws, which will fit in the place where these 4 screws were attached, and using the OEM screws, which will be like this, you can fit them in. Done this connection, you can put the cables back on, the lvds and the harness back on, and fit the screen back. After you're done with this part of the connection, you remove these 2 screws, this one and this one behind the CD, and behind the CD we'll be routing this power harness, which will connect to our interface. The video port, the RGB, which you're not going to be using because this has built-in navigation, your sound is also going to be routed through here. If you want to use an external speaker, you can connect an external speaker here. If you want to use OEM speaker, you can remove this cap, and this cable will be connected here onto the OEM. This will enable you to have the OEM speaker sound. If you're not going to use OEM speaker sound, then you can put this cap back on. Secondly, the final step will be connecting the LVDS to the main screen. You'll connect the LVDS on the box side, will be connected to your interface box, and the LCD side will be connected to the panel here. After you've connected this and made all the connections secure, fit the panel back. After connecting these two cables, fit it back in and connect the screws back, and you can find a suitable place for your interface box. We've placed it in this empty space because it's easy access. After you've done that, you can route your USB hub to the glove compartment and